Good Monday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back, Southwest Arkansas weather here on July the 21st, 2025. Taking a look at your evening weather blog for Monday, talking about the 6 day forecast. There's one word to sum up this forecast: hot. That's going to be the name of the game throughout this week. Hottest temperatures of the year is in store, and as always, we know that's Arkansas in the July time frame. Late July, August, dog days of summer are here. And taking a look at this, I will start off by saying Tuesday through Thursday, not everybody is going to see 100 degrees, but it will range from the upper 90s into the lower hundreds. I think a lot of areas reach 100 degrees, but up areas like Mena and those northern areas may stay just a little on the cooler side. But if you're in a bigger city, you may, like Texarkana, Hot Springs, you'll probably hit 100 degrees throughout the next couple of days. There is even a chance for a few 101, 102 degree temperatures across the region. And with that, heat advisories are in place. While drier air is in place due to a southwest wind, still, with it being 100 degrees, it's still going to have heat index values of around 105 and maybe a little higher in a few areas. I know Texarkana today got up to 112 for their heat index earlier today. So it was just hot in general. Maybe even some isolated instances of that where you get up higher to near that 110, maybe even 115 mark. But by the end of this upcoming work week, we'll see maybe some isolated rain chances, maybe some small, very isolated 10%, 20% chance of some rainfall and some storms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highs still going to range, though, from the mid to upper 90s throughout that time frame, with the coldest day really being on this pattern looks to be Sunday, and heat and sadly, though, humidity will increase behind that, so that will still make it hot and humid throughout the end of throughout the end of the work week as that humidity comes back. Overnight lows throughout this week looks to be in the 70s, really in the lower 70s, due to it being drier. With that southwest wind, clear skies, that's going to help us keep those overnight lows actually a little cooler. But that's just going to keep us in really the lower to mid 70s throughout this week for your overnight lows. Not a whole lot to talk about really during this time frame, but let's talk about what is going to be ongoing this weekend by taking a look at some model guidance. We're going to go through the GFS and European model. Starting off as of this evening, you can see not a whole lot planned this week. Looking at our precipitation type, which is just a good indicator of like maybe a precipitation in the longer run of things, and pretty much you can get the general idea. Not a whole lot expected through Wednesday, but as we go into Thursday, maybe some small chances, but really not nothing there even really until we get into Friday, and Friday's more isolated, that 10% chance, but you never know. You can't rule out one or two. And then as we go into Saturday, you can kind of see maybe a few chances of a few isolated showers and storms, and that kind of continues into Sunday just briefly there on the GFS model. And if we take a look at the European model, it's going to show pretty much similar scenario. I mean, not a whole lot of difference in these two models, just hot conditions. Some isolated rain chances as we go towards the end of this week. And really looking at this shows some drier conditions on Friday, maybe an isolated shower or two, as you can see there. Same thing pretty much on Saturday and into that Sunday time frame with those isolated showers. Just remember, this is just model data. It's going to change between now and that time frame. But really also just taking a look at the CPC or Climate Prediction Center outlook, it pretty much shows a good indicator. That ridge is over us. It's going to be hot, and it's going to continue to be nothing that we're not used to in Arkansas, but it is just going to be that hot air. Definitely, if you're not used to it, or if you've gotten used to a little bit of a cooler air that we've had earlier this summer for most of the summer, this may come as a little bit of a shock to some. So just keep an eye on if you got any outdoor pets, make sure to stay hydrated, keep them hydrated and cool in the best ways that you can. Make sure to check on elderly neighbors as well, and just stay cool, stay hydrated. If you need to get outdoors and do stuff, if it's possible, try to get outdoors and do it earlier in the morning. That's going to be your coolest time of day. I would say later in the afternoon and evening, but it had to be late in the evening really. Your hottest time of the day is usually that afternoon, right around that 3 to 4 p.m. time frame. usually is your hottest time of day. 5 to 6, kind of, I would even go and say 3 to 4 to 5. 6, you start to get a little cooler, but it's still going to be hot. Your coolest temperatures are going to be that early morning. That's the best chance to get out there and try to beat the heat with that. But really, overall, just not expecting a whole lot throughout this time frame. These are the type of weeks where we kind of just don't have a whole lot to talk about. I mean, it's pretty much just I wouldn't say copy and paste forecast, but it's almost near it. I mean, you're talking hot and dry conditions. Summertime is here. We've been praying that hopefully we miss or luck out on missing the hottest time or the hot temperatures, but it's Arkansas. We knew it was coming at one point. One thing to mention, though, is the Saharan dust. We'll have another plume of that move over tonight and stick around through Thursday before clearing out into this weekend. So you may notice some haze in your when you look up into the sky and at sunsets. It makes for some awesome sunsets. So you may get some awesome sunsets throughout the rest of this upcoming week through to Thursday. And we'll keep a close eye on that for you. We'll keep a close eye on what's in store for the rest of the 6-day forecast, and if we have any changes or any relief coming soon, maybe this weekend, but it's that hit or miss time. You may get lucky and get a shower. You may stay on the hotter side of things. Big thanks, as always, to all of our sponsors: Patterson's Credit Union, Southern Dumpster Rental, Landmark Insurance Agency, Palmer's Roofing, and J&S Auto Supply Bumper to Bumper. If you're in need of anything that they can supply you, dumpsters, roofing, banking, insurance, or car parts, feel free to give them a call and check them all out. We're very thankful and blessed to work with some great companies and local businesses to help you get this information to you guys. Stay tuned for some more updates as we go throughout this week. Make sure to check us out over on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, and on TikTok. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime we upload a video. And check us out over on Facebook. That's where we do a lot of our posting throughout the day as well, if video content is not your preferred form of just watching or keeping an eye on that. As always, have a good rest of your Monday. See you back here tomorrow evening for another look at what's in store for the 6-day forecast and more. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you guys, as always, for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.